Oh, yeah. You can just tell this is going to be good. You could just tell. The civs are awesome. 2 fan-favorite civilizations. And we've got Cobra Kai 6063 here in the red. 600 elo player. Playing as the Incas. Up against the Magyars. In the blue, we've got Incanuba. The map is Golden Pit. We've got Golden Stone towards the middle. Big area to focus on. Obviously, Golden Stone important in this game. But you're very exposed at home as well. So you do need to think about ways to defend yourself there or attack the enemy. If you're ever looking for their elo, you'll see it below their names. So that's there. And honestly, it's been a bit since I've done 600 elo. Because I haven't done low elo legends in 5 months. So if I had to guess, I would say we see pretty low idle TC time, like maybe a minute or 2, meaning that they're keeping villagers producing for the most part. But maybe the timings on attacks or like heading to the next stage or efficiency is just a little bit rough. That'd be my guess. I would guess that they take boars. I would guess that they're getting upgrades and all those things. But like anything else, right? You have to have a lot of speed and multitasking in this game. So I think there will be certain things which are a little bit unique. And that's kind of what's fun about low elo legends. If this was a pro game, we'd look at 30 seconds of TC idle time and be like, what is he doing? Oh my god, that's horrible. And then it's like, okay, he's completely dead now. Low elo legends, you never know when the opponent's going to do the same. So, holy sheep though, Red. I'm guessing Red doesn't know that there's sheep decay. That's something that's really hard to know. There's no pop-up that says, hey, you're actually getting less food from your sheep if you don't eat one at a time. So Red's just like, give me all the sheep. And at the end of the day, as long as, you know, Red is focused on producing vills, Red's going to have more workers, and Red does have that. And Blue scouting around right now. Both civilizations are very strong. I feel like civs that don't get stable units are typically a bit trickier for beginners to play, though. Could be wrong, but that's just my feeling. I don't know if anyone has any information that would differ from that, but... Boboha, just butchered this person's name. Thank you very much for the year. And Mystic Man, thank you. So, let's talk strategy, right? Magyars, cheap scouts, attack upgrades. I think that we could see potential scout rush here from Blue. The Incas at 600 elo? I don't know. I feel like maybe Incas are picked more for the cheaper castles, maybe for cameos. Oh god, Red misclicked all the vills. What? I think? Red's like, oh no, I don't have wood for a lumber camp. Oh, okay. Well, bit panic moment there. This is it. You can't predict this, right? You can't predict that someone's going to click all the tree. No, you have wood in your hands. Red, there's wood. Red, no. Okay, well. Cobra Kai produces lots of vills. Very inefficient decision making. With the sheep and the straggler trees. But we do finally have a lumber camp for Cobra Kai. All good. Iraqi Mo, welcome. Crassius, welcome. Who am I missing? Mena, Buska. Buska? Damnness. What's up, Fortune? Nice to see you. This game is perfectly balancing out. Oh my god! We've got a freaking gamer here. He just used the TC to weaken the boar. But this is what I'm seeing, right? Blue has build orders. Blue's got 3 to 4 on wood and lumber camp timing. Blue, villagers only on 1 sheep at a time. Blue now timing it to go out to the mill. Blue taking the boar, using the TC to weaken it. But there's a lot of skill elements in those timings. And so Blue has struggled to keep villagers producing, combined with all that. Whereas Red is like balances out the freaking window and efficiency's out the freaking window. But villagers are always producing. So it's a fun game because I guess the efficiency's higher for Blue, but Blue has had fewer workers here. Now, again, Civ-wise, you got the Magyars, who I think have a more definitive plan, at least for this rank. Okay, here we go, Blue. This is your moment. This is your moment. I got a little worried. But yeah, this is fine. And so I think if Blue is doing all these things, Blue will also know the timing on scouts, possibly. Or walls. And idle time. And oh my god. Okay, I'm completely wrong. Sorry, I just assumed that a player who's doing all these things would also go scouts, but Blues just wants to wall up. Cool. Villagers on stone right now for Cobra Kai. And Cobra Kai had taken the boar next to the mill. And is going to do the same here. Cobra Kai on the way to Feudal Age. So could potentially mean Tower Rush. I would assume this is simply for eco upgrades and adapting. I don't think there's any real plan beyond that here from Red. And if you don't have a plan, if you don't have build orders, which is a lot of people, going up to Feudal around 20, 21 pop, getting your wood upgrade, getting your farm upgrade, seeding farms, all that stuff's good practice. Get into the habit of doing that. This was Scout from Red. And that was actually Auto Scout, by the way. Ooh, and this is interesting timing. The Scout's weaker for Red right now. And Blue's not in Feudal Age. If it was a Magyar Scouts in the Feudal Age, then obviously the Eagle would go down. And we got stone, we got gold, we got a barracks at the back. So yeah, things are pretty random over here for Red. T90, you know how people complain and say, where are all these ex-Elo players failing like this when I'm playing? Seeing a 600 Elo player weakening the board with the TC is the flip side of that. You don't even see that at 12 to 1300 where I am. Yeah, it is funny what skills people choose to master. Like, I have seen 800 Elo players micro crossbowmen against Mangonels better than Doubt does. Sorry, Doubt. But then they suck at, or they struggle at other aspects of the game, right? So people have different priorities of what they want to work on. So, you know, it's fun. And I think that's what makes low Elo Legends and like mid Elo kind of exciting. You never know what you're going to be up against. So yeah. Nilo subbed for 59 months. Says, welcome back. Greetings from Melbourne. Man, Nilo, thank you. Look at that badge, guys. That's an amazing badge. Love it. Okay, so Blue has gone for the safety approach. Blue is fully waltz. And Blue is going to waltz forward and build a barracks here. Right in the middle of the map. Dang. We have no farms yet for Cobra Kai. But Cobra Kai has more workers. Now, guys, I need to step away for just 20 seconds. 1 minute. All right. Thank you. Sorry, I have temperature issues. Basically, I'm either too hot or too cold in my office because my my PC's heated up like crazy, right? And I bought a separate air conditioning unit for this room so it'd have its own temperature control. But if I turn it on while my PC's and all my lights and everything's on, it trips my breaker. So I can't use it. So I cycle my fan on and off, and I'm gonna have an electrician come out and try and figure out have its own dedicated air conditioning. But I'm being more particular about my temperature. Did we just have supplies? Hold on a second. Supplies for Blue! Supplies! He's going to go for the Omega Man-at-Arm Rush. Okay. He's getting Man-at-Arms as well. Don't think he's going to have the food for any infantry, but live your life there, Blue. But yeah, basically, I'm on camera a bit more right now these days, so I don't want you guys... All it takes is one person in chat to be, like, sweaty, and then I get self-conscious, right? So I'm just trying to keep myself cool. All right, so supplies discounts the amount of food you spend on the militia line. And, but it also costs resources. And I think you need to make like 8 to 10 man-at-arms for it to be considered worth it. Now, the nice thing for blue is that blue is controlling the middle. And then blue is completely walled. So red can't really do any damage. And red also has no clue that this is happening. So I don't know if blue is ever really going to attack anything with it. Look at blue! This is so funny. Okay, I guarantee you, if we were to download blue's games from on other maps where there's not golden stone in the middle, blue probably has gone man-at-arms and would attack the player's base. Which is perfectly reasonable now. But because it's Golden Pit, blue doesn't think that that's still a possibility. Blue just thinks camp the middle. Yep, scout the middle, make sure the middle's protected. So the middle's the objective. You could do both. So you could just attack villagers and start winning the game. But Lowy the Legend players, you know, that doesn't click in their brain sometimes. Now, red has probably played up against the Magars before, and I said in Dark Age, Scout Rush. So red has made 4 spearmen. And obviously the spearmen are not going to find many scouts. So I think this could be pretty bad for Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai doesn't even have Loom right now. And these are Magyar units, so they have the forging upgrade already. We'll see how it goes. Question T90, should supplies be cheaper to promote infantry play? No, I don't think so. I think it's fine. Holy, you wanted infantry play? Here you go. More spears. Spearmen aren't a counter to man-at-arms, but if you have enough of them, if you have enough of anything, you could beat it. I was expecting with this setup for Cobra Kai to make towers everywhere. And Cobra Kai has not done that. Beautiful farms from Cobra Kai. Very nice eco. In fact, resources collected is probably way higher. Yeah, look at that. Okay. This is why we do this, guys. Pro strategies. Let's go. So walled at home. And then a bit of a wall gate situation in the middle as well. Here comes red. And red's going to be like, huh? There's people living here? I thought he lived over here. Why are there houses? This looks like you've just encountered someone's economy. It look like a military base. I guess the man-at-arms do need to place the rest of their head at night. And that's a lot of spears. So, yeah, I don't think blue... I mean, maybe blue just wants to go for Vil kills here. Okay, so that's what blue has done. Blue just wants to get Vil kills, which isn't necessarily bad. Scout's currently standing in the wood line, too. So kills the villager there, but red spearman defending so far. Both players have resources rising. It could potentially go up to Castle Age. I've noticed red is very attentive to the units that run in through his base. Like, red also had reacted to the scout a couple times from blue. Red, I just complimented your attentiveness. Red. I just said good things about you. Red. Okay, I take it back. I think it must have just... Maybe I was wrong. Or maybe we unfortunately jinxed the poor player here. Okay, well, yeah, see, red looked at the scout. Red would be in much better spot if loom was researched. No loom means the villagers are not armored at all. And the man-at-arms are wrecking right now. And they're still fighting back. Let's go. Maybe red doesn't get attacked a lot in the feudal age with the Incas. And is normally only attacked in Castle Age. And Incan villagers are protected or are armored by infantry armor starting in Castle. Which maybe feels like loom? I don't know. Nice raid there from blue, though. Blue killed a bunch of Vils. Both players are on the way to Castle Age. I really like the resource setup here for blue. But I like it for red as well. And red will have enough stone to build a castle. Will this be a defensive castle from red? Or red feel like maybe a castle in the middle would make sense? There's nothing that blue could really do to stop that castle except for, excuse me, more men-at-arms. And more men-at-arms are on the way. So supplies is kind of paid off here. What's up, Russell? Welcome. Oh, boy. Okay, Holy Archers here from Red. So Red thinks I need something more than Spearmen. Is going to make Archers. Good decision. Getting Fletching as well. Great decision. All right, Blue with a barracks at home. Archer ranges at home. Houses behind the wall. Blue's got a lot of the core basics of the game down, right? Like walling up, protecting yourself while still attacking, using some of your buildings as part of walls. Really good decisions. I like it. I think Red, though, just that stone and the cheap castles could really throw Blue for a ride, throw Blue for... I don't know where my brain was going, but it could be awkward for Blue. What are these town centers, Cobra Kai? These are what we call farm TCs. Ideally, the town center would be on a resource. Red's probably like, well, T90, it's between two woodlines. It's even better than on one woodline. So Lowy the Legend mindset there. Defensive castle on the hill. Big attacks came through before, so it makes sense there's some worry here. And remember, they don't have the vision we do. Red knows that villagers have died, and Red knows the opponent is here somewhere. Who knows what the opponent will send our way? Now, can you imagine if the castle went up there? It would have gone up, and then all of these buildings would slowly get shut down by the castle. Fun game, though. Like, something I'm noticing is Cobra Kai produces a lot of vills and a lot of units. Maybe overqueues units a little bit, but, you know, that's all good. We are at 600 elo. This is good for 600 elo, I think. We've got some skirms being produced at home from Blue. Always a little awkward when you're up against a civ that can make eagles, though, to add skirms. I would suggest maybe going for archers. Just adds a little bit more than skirms do. But castle goes up. I'm hoping we see Kameyux, the ultimate pointy boy, but realistically, probably a bit too expensive to commit to right now. We'll see how their macro goes and how their balance goes here. That is quite a town center there from Blue. Nerdy Blondie, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Nice to see you back. Anyone know how I can tactfully tell T90 that he looked nicer before the mustache? Well, don't ask that question where I can read it, first off. Second, it's okay. A lot of people feel that way as well. My fiance, however, she loves the mustache. So, that is... She outranks you slightly. Does not mean I'm going to have it forever, but I also promised my viewers that I would skydive with this mustache. So, until I skydive with this mustache, I cannot get rid of it. So, yeah. I might be a bad promise keeper because we set a sub goal for the mustache. This was a stream thing for those that weren't there. But I still haven't gotten rid of it. I did once accidentally shave just the middle of it, just instinctively while I was showering, and that was a really awkward week. But beyond that, the mustache has stayed. Okay. So, bit of a weird scenario here. Blue wants to boom up in the middle. That's a ton of military. I feel like Siege would be really strong in this scenario. We'll see what Blue thinks of a Siege Workshop. Resources looking really good for Cobra Kai. Upgrades are solid enough. And I bet you Cobra Kai's thinking about another castle, right? Holy lead skirms, though, from Blue. I didn't realize Blue had massed so many back here. Dang. I think Blue seems a little preoccupied about this area. Maybe Blue has overchopped a couple woodlines before and is worried the enemy will come through. But if those skirms were here, the skirms would push this back. Oh, the timing is everything. Here comes Blue. Here comes 2 villagers. Oh, 4, 5. I mean, same reaction. Got to send a few more villagers than that for an aggressive castle here. Skirm still seems scared of warfare. Here they come. Guys, the number for forward castles is 10. Go with 10, all right? Go at 10, you're usually safe. Obviously, you'd want to have army and support as well. Even Doubt has gotten better with that. He's normally sending around 10. That's the number you got to think about. Obviously, a few more would help, but this is an interesting engagement. Still no Bodkin arrow for the elite skirms. The spearmen are actually killing them. But then we have man-at-arms, a tower, a lot of investment here from blue to deny this castle. And red is panicking here, and red saw that, is worried about that, and is now getting Loom! Well, that's nice. Loom is a good upgrade, like we discussed before. Skirmishers, though, end up working out for blue. Blue also... The man-at-arms haven't hurt either. And now red is bringing more villagers forward. Now, again, these villagers are a bit armored because they're Incan villagers. And if the castle goes up, blue might go from feeling very confident to being very worried about the situation. Everything has gone well for blue in the fights, but castles in the middle are so important here. And you could see blue's trying to kill these villagers. But again, because they have Loom now, because they're armored, this castle will go up. Blue needs to bail. There is a point where you need to understand, oops, I need to leave. This is that oops moment. Okay. Oh, man. I mean, red. Props to red for committing more to this and not just giving up on it. And props to red for thinking about this with the stone mining earlier in the game. Blue's going to drop a castle here as well now. All right. So this is where I mentioned, like, skirms feel a little awkward. Like, I would have liked cav archers more, just because they do more damage and have more mobility, but skirm, I guess, is a unit that most civilizations get, and that's maybe what came to mind here for blue. Blue even going to go longsword now. It is also difficult, by the way, against Incas, because Incas can kind of counter everything. Anyone else get like a slight wave of anxiety there from how messy this got for both of them? This got super messy. So we'll see if they can stabilize in these moments. Now, both players have their castles attacking the other. Blue has villagers inside of this castle, and then also has Bodkin. So blue will be winning the castle war slowly. Red has 2,000 wood and only has 1 archer range. Could definitely benefit from having more, but those are things you just work on and improve on over time. And we see Andean Sling now, which will... Did they change... Okay, so they changed Andean Sling. Magyar Hussar raid. And now, I think it adds +1 attack to slingers, but it also reduces the minimum range on skirmishers and slingers. So basically, that does not apply to any of the units that Cobra Kai has right now. But Cobra Kai was probably like, ooh, that crown looks super cool. Let me click that. Ooh, leftover scouts from blue. Getting some value here, perhaps. And then the random Magyar Hussars running into the eco is great. Guys, blue has had a great game plan here. Wall up at home, take the middle, and then send random units to my opponent's base all the time. And this is forcing red into more defensive measures, which means red can't focus on the middle as much. This is very well played from blue. And blue is behind in villagers because blue hasn't been producing as much, but the thought process on how to play out the game is very nice. I'd say in an ideal world, as we have the town bell from red, in an ideal world, throughout all that, you're prepping rams to push this. So it's like distracted home and then prep rams. But again, 600 elo. Not so easy. Interesting game. Blue seems to be the favorite to win this, in my opinion. But that's just because of how open red's base has been. Red has more army. You could argue red is the better type of army as well to kill villagers with like crossbows and kameyuks. And red still has more vills to stabilize, so... In some ways, I would prefer blue's position, but in many ways, I'd prefer red's position as well. And maybe blue just is obsessed with counter units here. We've got pikemen now. I think blue feels as like I don't have a lot of gold. and has forgotten that there's actually this gold to mine at home. And so is trying to think of units that don't cost gold to make. Pikemen bonus damage against cavalry. Incas cannot make that. That's why I'm a little uncertain about that choice. Yeah, siege would be really good. Now, I wonder if red will ever have the thought process to go to blue's base. Because red is worried, right? Red is worried about the constant raids. It's most likely going to continue to defend here. And that's what the aggression can do. Nice shot from blue. Another random Magyar Hussar runs in. Ding, ding, ding. Villager goes down. And this is distractions. This is stressing the opponent out. Forcing them to ring the town bell. Oh, God. Look at the villagers moving. Ugh. Not the biggest fan. Did you show the Lel meme since your return? It's been too long. I did show it earlier. Yeah. I can show it when we have a relevant moment. What is this? Blue. I think you're taking the sneaky strats a little too seriously. Just build the next castle in the middle. It's still Golden Pit. Blue's like, I love the sneaky. I love to hit them where they're not expecting it. And meanwhile, red is planning on building another castle in the middle, which I think is really smart. Kind of risky, but I suppose you do have the castle to protect it. Red can see that. Whoa. Dang. Man, these guys are doing a lot for 600 elo. I really am impressed with this. All right, guys. Castle war in the middle. What should be your first thinking? If there's the castle's in the middle, armies aren't really engaging against each other. Yeah, you stonks. Up to Imp! You go up to Imp! You race to Imp for Trebs. Stop making vills, stop making slingers, stop spending food on stuff, go up to Imp. Click up to Imp, and then you want to produce vills. So if you can't remember, just remember the words of MBL, alright? Up to Imp! Now, I think Blue's planning on that. But it's kind of interesting because now Red has 2 castles shooting Blue's castle. So Blue waits, and you know Blue just can't help himself, and Blue's going to have to produce units out of this, and Blue's going to focus on this instead. But if Blue waits too long, could be a problem. I think Blue needs to learn the ways of the market. Blue has a market, but has not used the market to sell some of that wood and sell some resources here. Oh, God. Blue's going to make 15 Magyar Hussars instead of going up to Imp. Well, called it. He can't help himself. Blue built this castle. Damn it. He's going to get value from it. All right. What? Are we to tell Blue not to get value from this castle? Who are we to tell Blue what to do? I mean, meanwhile, both players are producing tons of army right now. Neither player really thinking about Imp. And, well, I'll be curious to see what this castle ends up doing as we have Castle Age armor coming in for those Magyar Hussars. Would have liked to have seen, shoot, they changed the name of it. What's it called now? It used to be called... I don't remember either name. I'm not going to look in my chat because they're going to say it. What's it? Second unique tech for the Cav Archers is recurve bow. Why am I thinking mercenaries? I know that's a human tech, human mercenaries. What is it called? Again, I'm not looking at any suggestions because I... it's Corvinian Army, right? Okay, Corvinian Army. What was it called before? It was called something else 3 years ago. They changed it. We do have Imp for blue. This castle could go down. There might not be a castle up in the middle to make Trebs out of. Oh, it was actually called Mercenaries. Okay, so I actually was correct on that. Oh boy, 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 oh boy. Bad news for you, Blue. You better make sure those Magyar Hussars are killing stuff. Coinage for red. Man, all the most confusing texts are coming out today. We coinage in another game. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. The villagers... Chaos! We've got chaos here, folks. The villagers were going to the next closest gold. Villagers are dying everywhere. And Imp is on the way for red as well. Also, 3 siege workshops over here for blue. What a chaotic game. So, coinage reduces the tax when you send resources to an ally. This is a 1v1 game. It does not do anything. People see a coin, they're like, ooh, I need gold. So that makes sense. Does anyone know? I forget the cost of coinage. Don't you spend gold on that? I think you actually spend gold on coinage, and then you get no coins in return, basically. 300 food, 200 gold. Is it that much? I thought it was... I think 200 food, 100 gold makes more sense. I think banking is 300 food, 200 gold snack bar, which also has coins on it. All right, blue's making a treb out of this castle. After hoardings, though, which is not a bad tech. And we are also seeing rams. Red, what are you doing? What is happening? Red is a massive Vil lead, and Red's like, I don't give a crap. I don't care. This is why we boom, baby. This is why we boom. We boom and we make villagers so we can build ambitious castles. Cobra Kai flying in here. What in the world? And it's going to go up. And it might end up being an epic castle, too, as long as Red backs away. Red also is making a treb out of one of these castles. Oh, my God. Look at the bills. Red has so many bills. Just running into painful areas. This is so bad. Guys, I think Red has forgotten blue is this castle, so these vills are dying. These vills are dying too. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Okay, blue's gonna lose this castle. The only other castle blue is in the middle is this one. Meanwhile, blue still hasn't unleashed the Magyar Hussars. Oh, man. And the Vil count's even now. Red still has a massive army. Red still has the advantage because Red has 4 castles in the middle. If blue could get capped ram and move in here, though, Red will lose everything, man. Yeah, this castle will go down for blue, which means these villagers will be exposed. Blue, this is your moment. Okay, regular rams, they're not capped. So they're castle age rams. Capped ram is 300 food, so that's a doable choice and upgrade for blue. Here come the Magyar Hussars. Now, Red is fixated on this, right? Red's like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to email this to T90, even though his YouTube email says business inquiries only. I can't wait to talk about the game where I lost 60 villagers and still won the game. Doesn't notice this at all. Has no clue this is happening. Because if Red knew, the army would be moving. But no, Red is focused on the middle because this is Golden Pit. And you must focus on the middle all the time on Golden Pit. That's how it should work, right? And the Magyar Hussar are killing more Vils. And blue might lose everything in the middle. But Red might lose everything at home. Look at these Magyar Hussar. You get the attack upgrades for free just by arriving to the next stage. So they've got +4 attack. Whoa, man. This is wild. Red. Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai. Okay, blue's attacking a farm. You've got a couple extra seconds. Oh, no. This is wild. Okay, Red just noticed. So here comes the AI army now. AI army on the way. Blue's killed 80 villagers. And the Rams and the Magyar Hussars and the Trebs are still over here. They're still going to find some damage. And meanwhile, blue will eventually lose this castle, I think. I think Red has actually clicked the Trebs away from the middle. Panic Castle! Oh, no! Look at the panic! Red doesn't know where to go! Red doesn't know where to go! What do I treb? Where do I castle? What do I defend? Well, I like this castle because you have 4 in the middle. I can't hate on the town bell here because multitasking is hard. The slingers are getting completely wrecked by the Magyar Hussar, though. The Trebs just need to be... They need to be ideally going for this castle here. It looks like the pathing is taking Red's Trebs around Blue's little walls. Guys, who wins this game? This is madness. Absolute madness. Blue, I think, is going to lose this castle. And Red's still somehow going to have a chance here? I mean, Magyar Hussar have a bonus against Siege. Big, big detail that I didn't mention yet. And so they'll melt the Trebs. And the Magyar Hussar strong enough against Kameyuks. The idle time's insane for Red. Red's going to build another castle. Red really has been mining a lot of stone in the middle. Still, this castle somehow stands for Blue. And Red rang the town bell again. Blue, though, soon will have no gold in the middle. Okay, Blue's making Scorpions, which is a nice addition against all this. You could pull back the Magyar Hussar towards the Scorpions, maybe. That could be a strat. Okay. Running around. Middle, update. Castle's still up for Blue. One Treb has gone down. Oh, no, the distraction has worked. Red is still chasing these Magyar Hussar. The distraction has worked. The timing's so crucial here. Oh! Oh! The secret castle lives! It actually lives! What a play from Blue with the distraction. That was so sick. And Blue, this whole time, still taking gold, right? So still has that. Is actually making some long swords here as well, which can be helpful against the Kameyuks. The slingers are dead. These Trebs could now potentially move in to take this castle out. What in the world? This is a low elo legendary game. 69 villagers for Red, though. Guys, that is such a good thing to learn from this game. Practice using the select all TC hotkey and queuing up villagers. Because so much has happened that has been horrible for Red. But Red just continues to churn out more vills, which is so nice. The nice thing for Red, too, is Kameyuks are actually good against longswords. Especially with how bad the pathing is these days. The way the Kameyuks operate with that one range is really good for engagements. There's also slingers in the mix. Castle for Red will go down. Blue will lose both those Trebs. Blue is building a castle. Red is building a castle. And Red will never stop sending villagers to this. Because it's Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai's reaction to this will be to just send more villagers to it, right? And because Blue's castle is going to go up. Blue also made a castle here. Don't ask me how that happened. What? What is this game? Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Could run away, right? Could easily run away. Nope, we just build more. Oh my god. Now please get them out of here. Run away. Oh no, wrong way. Oh no, this is insane. Oh, guys, I don't know if I've seen a game that is quite this ridiculous. Ah, for the love of God, Cobra Kai, get villagers over here. Cobra Kai doesn't have Trebs. Neither player has Trebs, so the castles... the castles are going to stand. It's anyone's guess who's going to win. But Cobra Kai is now down to 40 vills. 140 vills have gone down for Cobra Kai. I think all the new villagers are going to the gold in the middle. This castle has killed 50 units. And guys, what I always preach, right? I always preach this, is if you're down bad and you're struggling in a game, make it messy for your opponent. It's so easy right now to be like, well, so-and-so should have done this. Yeah, guess what? I should do a million different things every game. I'm still top 100, and I suck. I'm horrible. I make mistakes all the time. Because people are aggressive, and people make it messy. And that's what Blue did this game. Blue, who should have been dead 20 minutes ago, did random stuff, that would made Red's life difficult. And Red, who is not a robot, who can make informed decisions all the time, is clearly human, has struggled to stay with it. But, you know, something that has been so good about Red is Red always does produce villagers, so the Reds could still be in it. And Red has more castles in the middle, so... I mean, I'd love to see a Treb. Like, just one Treb would be so nice. I also notice the triple monastery here for Blue. I guess Blue's thinking I'm out of gold, so I need relics soon? I think Red made it messy for himself. Well, yes and no, right? He brought his Trebs over here instead of pushing the middle because Blue was attacking. But yeah, I can see what you mean. What a game, though. Okay, live viewers, if you had to pick a winner right now, Blue or Red, who would you pick? You gonna pick the guy who has 32 villagers? Or you gonna pick the guy who has 57 villagers? I think I would pick the player who has the Treb on the way and 33 villagers. Yep. I think Red. But, I mean, maybe Blue could do it. Blue actually just froze big time. Blue stopped producing Magyar Hussars. Blue wasn't producing skirms. Blue stopped producing army. He just went back to the ranges here and queued up 30 skirmishers. So, he will have skirmishers soon. But there's been a whole lot of inactivity for him the last couple of minutes. Oh, man. I think what we caught Blue doing with that inactivity is shift queuing his monks. So you saw how this monk immediately went from the relic to the monastery. It wouldn't surprise me if he also shift queued to the next relic and then maybe this relic as well. So that, for a 600 elo player, is going to take some time. I'll see what happens with the relic next. Like, we definitely saw him shift queue this one. If the monk moves away from the monastery instantly, then he was shift queuing to the other ones as well. God, I was borderline crying there. It was insane. Let's see. There's Trebs right now for Red. Blue's losing all the middle. Blue's planning for this with the relics. Okay, so he just shift queued that one, and now he's clicking it away to do something else. Got it. Blue losing villagers in the middle to the castles. Blue has collected way more gold in the middle than I ever expected possible here. Red has lost 167 villagers. Blue will probably end up losing this castle, but Blue has the potential to build up skirms. And Blue has good skirm upgrades, too. Like, these skirms are going to be in a pretty solid number. What a game. So sick. What a battle, friends. This is why we do it. Apologies to those that looked forward to every Low Elo Legends upload the last 5 months. And, you know, I haven't been able to do it. I'm happy to be back with it in my rotation. 50 skirmishers in queue for Blue. Blue's not going anywhere, folks. And skirms are great against Kamioks with low armor, against archers, and against slingers. And what you would need to kill skirms would be eagles, which, yes, costs a lot of gold, and Red will have gold, but Red doesn't actually have a ton of food eco to get the upgrades for the eagles. So, you know, Blue's got a chance here. Look at this. Skirms killing gold miners. I also think Red might get excited and send Kamioks in, and Kamioks are just not it against fully upgraded skirms. Blue is a chance without the gold. Red's building more defensive castles. In theory, Red can use this defense to just stabilize the farming eco, but Red hasn't really added more farms. Red has just been producing a lot more vills. Dang. You would need Elite Eagle Warrior, which is 800 food and 500 gold. And then some eagles on the field for me to start to be feeling good about your situation if you're Red. I can't wait to see the amount of castles Red has built throughout this game. He has 9 now. 9, and he's lost so many. Nah, no fabric shields in, which would help with armor 2 on the Kamioks. Blue is going to go up to 100 skirmishers, guys, and still has food and wood banked. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Red. Like, Red's thinking exactly what you guys are thinking. Kamioks will be decent here. Not yet. If Elite came in, if Fabric Shields came in full armor, then it'd be better. That's just a lot of skirms. Whoa. I also can't wait to see the total villager stat. Because that's a stat Capturade shows as well. I guess, like, Red would have had well over 200 villagers throughout this game. For 600 elo, that's a sick stat. If Blue loses, the biggest thing Blue might regret is not producing more villagers behind all this. But easy, of course, to get distracted. Let's see what happens here. More skirms are in production. The Castle Fire will help. The Kamioks are going down. Kamioks are killing the skirms too, though. There's nothing to kill the Trebs just yet. Blue's losing villagers in the middle. Red has the villager lead again. Red's done enough to maybe push back the castle. And if the castle's pushed back, then more Kamioks could maybe help against the new skirmishers. The castle's actually contributed the most in terms of kills here. Magyar Hustlers on the way for Blue. Magyar Hustlers have a bonus against Siege. There's no protection now. Blue has a 30 population lead without the middle on Golden Pit. The castle might stay up. This is so nerve-wracking right now. Okay, Treb goes down. There's 2 more, though. There's another one here, so the castle will go down. Nice job there. Oh, repairs? Not enough. Oh, my God. Red, I swear, if you... Red, you got to stop this. You have a problem. Red, protect the position with an army and then go forward with the villagers. You have a problem. You need professional help. Or like play Hindustanis or something so the villagers are cheaper. Please. All right, that one wasn't too bad. I just have... I've seen too much. And, you know, maybe this does it. The Kamioks, ever since the final armor came in, have been doing a much better job. And a big part that we're missing for Blue is production out of this area. This is a really important area for Blue. Even the houses are here. Like, Blue will struggle without that. Is parking here with skirms slowly killing villagers, but Red apparently doesn't need villagers. Nice job from Cobra Kai. We've had a score flip. But you need a castle in order to realistically have a chance of taking out the castles in the middle with Trebs, right? And now Blue is no castle, which means no Magyar Hussars. It's going to be straight skirms. Let's check Res collected this game. Blue has collected more. Look at the difference in wood. Something went wrong here, though, Red. Something went wrong. Oh, man. Another castle! All right. I mean, Urinkas. Cheaper castles. And this castle will help protect the resources a little bit more. Oh. Okay, there's a ram. Now, if that was a villager, we know that Red wouldn't care or pay attention. But it is a Treb, so Red will pay attention here. And the Kamioks will take care of the ram. Sneaky from Blue, a little desperate, though, for a player who doesn't have gold income other than the 2 relics. Might be able to snag this relic. I kind of feel like he might have clicked over to that relic and the monk died to this castle. Nope, just villagers. Actually, how many... 57 kills from the castles there from Red. And Blue with the skirm raid. Blue has gold in his walls. Blue has gold in his walls! Reagan called it! Blue's had gold here this whole time! Hold on, people. We're not finished yet. He forgot. Whoa. All right, saving it for later. Little Kamioke rave. I'm actually 10. Thank you for the... How many years is that? Quick math. Okay, so you're almost at 4 years. Thank you for almost 4 years of subbing. Thank you, Gafflespoon, for 5 years. Hit the 5 years with the 60 months today. Thank you. Thank you, Peaky. Thank you, Inject. Thank you, Save. Wraith Camp. Humble Jelly for 37. And a lot of new faces. Thank you, guys. And, oh! Blue just resigns. Okay, Blue resigns. I assume maybe his internet disconnected. But I wasn't actually expecting that because Blue was building up some stuff. But we knew it was going to be really difficult for Blue from here. And I'm sure Blue couldn't look at these castles and think I had any chance, or they had any chance of pushing this back. So, hard for me to say that that is too soon. That game was just ridiculous. I thought Red, once the second castle went up and it was going to be a Trebor, would win. But Blue's little side base freaked Red out, and then Red neglected to Treb down Blue's castles. Like, when was that? Like, let me tell you how this game goes. So much simpler for Red. You ready? Okay, okay, well, first off, I'm going to have to skip over the various instances where Red decided to sacrifice his children and his children's children underneath castles. But even that aside, okay, so you get the Trebs here, okay? And these Trebs just take out the castles. But what happened was, Red either forgot about this or, you know, was stressed because of the attack from Blue, which was so epic, and Red just left this there. And went over here. That was the problem. But back to my point. Make it messy. If someone's at your base and you don't want them to be, go to theirs. See what happens. They'll either underreact or overreact most times. In this case, it wasn't necessarily Red going to Blue's base. It was going to the middle. And like, Blue was on this gold for so long. Look at this. I'm fast forwarding. Look at all that gold. They even had a chance for another castle because of the side attack. So, crazy game. I think both players could learn a lot of lessons from that. And that, for Lowy the Legend game, was just next level, man. Great talent for the players, too. They had good upgrades. Like, 600 elo is actually beastly. 340 kills, 301 units lost for Blue. Economically, Blue collected a lot more wood. Did not collect the amount of gold and stone, of course. And I think Blue will just be regretting not having army control. What Blue tried to do is get building control in the middle. Having army control in the middle is key, and that's what Red did, which allowed Red to eventually drop that castle. I guess Blue did have some army control. Red just did a really good job building up numbers in feudal, and it helped get the initial castle up. There's some of the other stats for you, but total castles, 13 castles for Cobra Kai. And I mean, Blue had 6, right? So both players benefited from some of the extra stone in the middle. Total villagers, 233 total villagers for Cobra Kai. Max population in a game is 200. Usually want a little bit of leftover space for military. 233. Now, my thing for Blue, as you're slaughtering 175 villagers, you stopped producing here. If there's a world where Blue gets up to like 100, and it's 50 farmers, 50 lumberjacks, the excess wood and food could be sold, which could bring in gold. Oh, extra wood and gold could be sold, bring in gold. Nice. So that's helpful. And then also, of course, you could just make more skirms or make more production buildings, so that would have given you more of a fighting chance. So, like, Red could learn. Red, you did the hardest part, and that's continue to produce vills. So my tip to you now is make sure they don't die so frequently. I think Blue can learn from Red and just get to producing villagers more consistently. Because if Red didn't do that, Red would have lost. Red would have had 5 vills and 6 castles. And nothing else. So nice rebooming there. Again, great game. Lowy the Legends in the past used to encourage people to play the game. Oh my goodness, these are actual people playing online. I can maybe compete with them because that's what players think. I'm possibly a noob. This is a welcoming environment for me. Now, after seeing that one, I think Cobra Kai has actually scared people away from playing the game. Because if that's 600 elo, dude, I don't know what 700 and 800 elo is going to look like. Whew, good stuff.